Hello everyone, welcome to Lesson 12, Cross-Border Investments. In our previous lessons, we focused on the Korean case, looking at the Korean economic development and the role of the Korean chaebols in Korean economic development. This week, we shift our focus to beyond Korea, and we start looking at foreign transnational corporations. In particular, we look at two transnational corporations, Gerber Products Company and Jollibee Foods Corporation. These cases will highlight the important differences and similarities across transnational corporations in different regions. The three topics that we cover for this week is first, the case study of Gerber Products Company, in particular in their efforts to invest in Poland. The second topic that we cover is a case study of Jollibee Foods Corporation and in their efforts to create international operations. And then finally, we conclude the lesson with a comparison among the Korean chaebol, the Gerber Products Company, and Jollibee Foods Corporation. Please keep in mind, while we're going through these smaller case studies, please keep in mind the comparison between all the chaebols that we've covered so far, Samsung and Hyundai, and the two transnational corporations that we're introducing today. So let's start with Gerber Products Company. Daniel Gerber Sr. founded Gerber Products Company in 1928. And as most of you already know, the company specializes in baby products, baby foods, baby apparel, children's wear. In 1991, Gerber dominated the U.S. market in processed baby food. They had 72% of the market share. However, the CEO at the time, Al Piergialini, wanted to expand abroad, but he wanted to establish a local facility in a foreign country. And in 1990, he decided to target Eastern Europe and Central Europe. And he started looking at Poland. And what he decided was, instead of exporting from the US, he would build a local facility in Poland so he would gain easier access to the markets in neighboring countries of Poland or other European countries. Now, creating a local facility in Poland met with many obstacles, and one of the major obstacles was political obstacles. As you may know, the early 1990s was a politically tumultuous period in Poland due to much political strife, the chaotic results of the first democratic elections, and ensuing social discontent with economic reforms. There were a lot of difficulties that prevented Gerber Products Company from easily signing a contract to set up a local facility in Poland. However, despite all these political instabilities and obstacles, in 1992, Gerber Products Company was able to sign a deal that would allow them to establish a facility in Poland. And by establishing a facility in Poland, they were able to gain backdoor access to Central and Eastern European countries. Before we go on to the next case of Jollibee Foods Corporation, I highly urge you to think about how Gerber Products Company compares with the Korean chaebol, Hyundai or Samsung. Do you know of any relevant cases of the Korean chaebol who try to do similar acquisitions in Eastern Europe? Now let's look at the second topic. It's the second case study, Jollibee Foods Corporation. Jollibee Foods Corporation started off as an ice cream parlor in the mid-1970s, and it was owned by a Chinese-Filipino family, the Tan family. Later on, Jollibee expanded to other food items such as hot sandwiches and meals. In 1993, the company went public, and it was one of the first food service company to be listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange. However, the management and ownership was still dominated by the Tan family. Now, the Tan family, the Jollibee Foods Corporation, tried very hard to expand their operation internationally. And the interesting case of the Jollibee Foods Corporation is that the obstacles they face in trying to expand internationally was very similar to the obstacles faced by the Korean chaebols. In particular, it was very difficult to adapt to a foreign market, in particular when you're dealing with food products, when the culture, norms, and values of the society of the foreign country is very different. Now, I would like to conclude the lesson by emphasizing the comparison between the Korean chaebols, Hyundai and Samsung, and Gerber Products Company and Jollibee Foods Corporation. Transnational corporations internationally face similar obstacles, but also the domestic conditions in which they emerged give them unique advantages or disadvantages. So while you're going through the reading materials, please pay particular attention to these different characteristics that might explain why a certain company is successful or unsuccessful in the global market. I hope you enjoyed this lesson on transnational corporations, and I hope that on your own, I urge you to really, I stress the importance of comparing Korean transnational corporations with non-Korean transnational corporations. Thank you.